5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban.
Yes.
Radiant team ban. Dire team pick. Radiant team pick.
Brood mother.
Ten seconds remaining.
That is true,
5
actually. It's not just you.
seconds
I think whenever someone kills, like, whatever it is, 30 spiders at once, the game just
Radiant
stutters for
team
a second. But let's see if Neon have been watching some of these other teams play. Coming through. So, could opt to go for the same sort of thing for Neon, or they could just go again into the Magnus Tiny to start out the game, because
10
Broodmother
seconds remaining.
is one of those heroes that doesn't have a massive amount of mobility. It's not like you're going to be tossing
5
out the
seconds,
webs on
5
top of the
seconds
enemy's
remaining.
tower. Have that extra movement there and could just crush it in
Dire
lane.
team pick.
Crystal Maiden.
Hmm. I think we've seen it
10
once.
seconds remaining.
Just the once. Like,
5 seconds.
it's not bad.
remaining.
Like, against the Broodmother, the root is nice. You know, you can get rid of a lot of the insatiable hunger duration just by rooting him in place. It's not like you're building an early BKB anymore on that sort of hero. So I think it's just fine. Yeah, at least until he gets, like, the Guardian Greaves. Insatiable hunger, it just lasts for so long. How can insatiable hunger last for 14 seconds when it's max level? That seems insane to me.
Dire team ban.
Mm-hmm.
Ten seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban.
Now, the question that I have for you is, do you feel like Galaxy Racer might have a bit of a read on Neon? Because, you know, even though Galaxy Racer, they're a newish team, at least with this full 5-man roster, it was Polisson that, you know, was playing against Neon for a little bit during the Singapore Major, Quincy Crew versus Neon. So he's already had a little bit of a chance to, you know, go up against them in a really high stakes setting.
10 seconds remaining. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Pick.
Do you reckon since the full 5-man forming of the Galaxy Race, because it feels like it was only a week ago or so that they actually did announce this roster was going to continue to be playing together? And let's keep in mind, like, it's technically second,
remaining.
fourth, with Galaxy Racer sitting 7-3, but Neon is 6-2. So
5
it's just a matter of
seconds
they haven't played quite as many games as some of these other ones. And I'm glad that we're finally seeing a bit more of the chat wheels coming out, and for some reason the Mirana has been let through once again.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Yeah,
I mean, at least you've got the Snapfire, at least maybe, for the cookie, but you're going to need to be... It just seems like you're making things way too difficult to yourself. You know, at the very last minute, you need to face off towards the side so the arrow's not going to connect onto you. They're going to go for something different, though. Hoodwink. I mean, it's hard to catch, I suppose. You've got the Scurry, you've also got the Broodmother that's going to be playing around the trees a lot. So I wonder if Neon are going to go for something that does do a lot in terms of providing vision, particularly for these two heroes. No, just standard. It's not a point target stun, but it's a reliable stun.
Sorry, but you just got baited.
Wait, hold on, I'm just gonna go back and have a look at the Neon Supporters Club page. Okay, so
5 seconds remaining.
what is going on with that emoticon? Like, look, like it just seems like some crappy Tumblr gif, you know, from a while ago.
Dire team ban.
Admiral Konka!
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
I feel like if you're using the Stampede to try and escape from a team fight, it's because that hero that's being gone on is in a pretty rough situation. So X marks probably is all you're going to need for that.
Radiant team ban.
Joe face in that little emoticon, just twitching, quivering around, is just like, but why? Why would you... Surely they could have added another frame to it, so at least it's a bit more, you know, fluid instead of so just jarring. But
10 seconds remaining.
I'm gonna need to see you buy it then.
Remaining.
You need to buy it. All right, if you support it this much, then put your money where your mouth is. You know. So you're cheap, is that what you're saying?
Radiant
All right.
team ban.
Imagine being an NA simp. What is it about Australians that seem to really like EG? I don't know what it is. Like, is it Arteezy? Is that it?
10 seconds remaining. Pick.
Oh, we're on a first name basis now, are we? Mm-hmm.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
But he's gone by Adam before, like in a couple of games, like or when he's been working as a caster. You know, he's gone by Adam instead of 343. Arteezy has never gone by Artur, so I think you're getting a little bit familiar with him. Mm-hmm. Well, no, not necessarily. No, your name isn't basic. Like, you go to America, there's no Lachlan's, there's no Angus's or anything like that. They're all very, like, just plain, like Marks and Drew and all this sort of stuff, you know? Matt is very basic, I'll give you that, but Lachlan, you've got a bit of a unique name. Yeah, because we're in Australia. We're not in America. There were 9 mats in my year level. So.
5 seconds remaining.
I mean, it's not even revealed yet where exactly this Magnus is going to go. It's not a bad matchup against the Kunkka, right? And we've seen Natsume play it plenty of times. I feel like it's more of a mid, to be honest, this game. So they're going to pick something perhaps that can do a bit of a better job being able to, excuse me, cut around this Ursa.
You now select your heroes.
Good for kiting, and it's the very standard way of going about things, right? Mag PA, it's back. Not with a Slardar combo for all the minus armor, but still solid. Mm-hmm. Well, it's okay for mine, because yes, you run the risk of being pushed back into the jungle unless you can get pretty damn aggressive on this Broodmother early on. Insatiable Hunger, level 1, only lasts for 8 seconds. So you might be able to, get the engagement going on, use the dagger, try and force them to pop it and fight back into you, and either blink away or not have the blink being used. But having that Crystal Nova combination super early on, hell, they might even have Play Hard start this as a bit of a tri lane to try and get this lane starting off really nicely for Neon. A lot of slows. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Something a little different. Yeah, I think, again, this game is pretty heavily on play hard. What he's able to do with the rotations that you make. You've got a couple of slows already with the dagger, the Crystal Nova. You've also got Frostbite to hold in place. Even Mag has a slow. And then, of course, the Centaur stun. So not too much in the terms of reliable lockdown for them, which means that this Mirana's movements are going to be super key. How are you going to be able to respond to that? Well, Ursa eventually is going to be able to get the Enrage off onto a lot of these routes, so you don't really care all that much. Hoodwink, it's a decent amount of maneuverability. Just the more and more I look at it, the more Playhard's going to need to have an amazing game, so why not give him a comfort hero? Yeah, I don't mind it at all. It just means that you're obviously strength, right? So you're going to get the damage as well from it. You're going to be a lot more tanky, and even just the regen, right? Being able to passively be a bit more favored in the regen battle compared to your enemy core.
Yaboy is my idol.
Oh. Well, back in Hon, when I used to play that, there was a Quelling Bait icon, but it was a little different. It probably doesn't actually benefit you in the laning stage, beyond the laning stage, but it had an active where you could actually, throw it, and it didn't, remove it from your inventory, but it just acted as a right-click, so you could use it to take out range creeps without having to fully commit as a melee hero, which was kind of nice. So maybe if they... I don't know, if it was it converts into something that then builds into Battle Fury, maybe? Could be a thing? I don't know. Just a small upgrade that allows it to do that. Mm-hmm. A little bit. Hom's very fast-paced. That's the big difference there. It's one of the things that actually made me want to cheer for OG when they first came into the scene. No Tail, of course, Fly. They, at the time, had been playing together for a long time at that point. Moon Meander was there. He was one of the main Hon streamers at the time. Please look up his YouTube videos if you haven't seen them already from back when he played his Get On My Level videos that he just opened up the iTunes, he played it after every single kill that he was able to get, strips down to his tank top basically and just starts dancing around on stream after he pauses. It's great. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Is that like Pudge's career? What's his name? Boy.
That was kind of you.
Jaboy is my idol. Jaboy is my idol.
I have faith in Playhard. I think he's going to be able to provide them with the lockdown that they need. The worry for me is when you get
30
to the
seconds
stage where in your dreams level 6, you need to be like literally perfect with your lockdown, and it can't come from roots anymore. It can't come from slows. He's going to get that in rage off. He's going to be able to escape every single time.
The battle begins.
Okay, that's fine. They actually managed to get that last hit off onto the range creep, which is always just nice. Already having a pause through. Sorry, the deny, not the last hit. I mean, later on, though, if it does get to that late, which, of course, the Magnus is going to help with, it could be another one of these games like we saw with, who was it that was playing it? It was Jackie on the Wraith King, right? Buffed up by the Magnus that just instantly cleaved out so many brood spiders and just made an incredible amount of net worth through to him. So
Yes!
that could very much be a possibility.
Our cavorting days is over, Mortimer.
Oh, watch out, watch out, watch out!
There's a reason they pick him the hero. You know, he's not a one-trick pony, but it's a very powerful pony, for sure.
We say no.
Not to be confused for MLP. MLP? My Little Pony? I know that's not what it stands for him, but... No. I am positive. I feel like you're just sheltered, you know?
Step lively now. Your
Well,
admiral is on
you're like, what do you mean? What's the link there? Everyone knows about My Little Pony. They don't have to be fans of it. Mizu's might be in a bit of trouble here. They've got the Stifling Dagger to give the vision. They've got to get it onto him, though. Kind of surprising that they didn't full-on commit to it. Here we go. Another instance where... small misplay coming out there from Neon. They could have been hitting throughout the jukes through the trees there if they got the dagger off a little bit earlier. So that's actually a big impact. Not being able to get the early kill with, I believe, 2 mangoes used. And hell, Natsume might even be in trouble here.
Bury me in the grounds of the Lynx.
That's just poppycock.
Pathetic well.
Yeah, I'm telling you, Playhard Piranha is a beast. You know, you've got to deal with it. You've got to either ban it, or you've got to pick some of these more direct counters into the Mirana. Things that are able to lock him down super early on with reliable, long-range routes. And they don't exactly have that so far. All they've got is slows. And you know, a cookie, which is very easy to just jump away from. Here we go. Bot lane.
Woodland takes me. Frostfire take you. Do you get
Yeah.
fear and death?
Bounty!
It's just not quite yet high enough level on this Broodmother. You know, you pop the Insatiable Hunger, it's only 40% lifesteal now, so, you know, not going to be massively impactful. And like we were saying before, only lasts for 8 seconds. So you're already getting a little bit of a buffer using the Frostbite there to reduce about a quarter of its duration. And you can just see with Zhao, look at what the priority is. He doesn't need boots. He just needs all of the regen imaginable. He's got mangoes, he's got clarities coming out to him. They're just trying to get kills onto Mizu as much as possible. The aggression on the side lanes, or if there's something happening in mid? Well, I feel like, perhaps, but I feel like there's about to be a kill happening on Mizu here. He just popped the Insatiable Hunger when he was close to full HP, and the regen has just been delivered through to this already level 4 Januel. We've got the extra little bit of lockdown through the Frostbite. I'd be going on Mizu right now if I was them. No, we're just going to make sure that they're not losing the farms.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
It's been for trades, at least both times though, so it's okay. Oh, they actually used the RP mid with the combo with the arrow underneath the tower.
Accustom yourself to this. It suits you.
Dire's middle tower.
Telling you, my
is under
man, play
attack.
hard. He's doing it. Even just pump faking constantly, making them feel afraid to even go into this
Friendly
lane.
it is. Hunt down the family.
Shouldn't have trusted your eyes. Dire's courier.
They can get it.
Killed.
These are orphans now.
Yeah, just getting a little bit too keen there. They don't think they even used the arrow, but they tried for the stun. It missed. Wasn't able to get the trade there, but Zhao, again, has he got anything coming out to him? He's going to need more and more of that regen coming through. Yep, here we go. Mango, clarity. That's next off the line. Full 5 as well. Like, he is very farmed on this CM. Wow.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Spooking them a little bit here as Yopaj is going to miss a couple of creeps into that mid lane as he takes a stack towards the tri-camp area. Still though, it's going to put him way ahead in terms of net worth, about 1,000 ahead of this Conquer, so he's doing just fine.
Just to
Dire's
be
middle
clear,
tower
if I
is under
call you
attack.
mate, I don't mean it literally.
Cold as death.
You set sail for fail.
RP.
Failed defense.
Illusion!
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, it's pretty nutty. You know, you're wanting the Centaur again. The build isn't rushing it super early on. Actually, are they going to get a kill here onto the Broodmother? On the crit.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Name
attack.
is a nice snow angel.
Alacrity.
Yes, X marks the spot.
It is even cancelling the clarity as he gets into the tree line. Might even go for the dive here onto Zhao, who's lacking a little bit in terms of mana. He'll be able to get off to the side and still soak up some of that XP. Oh,
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I'm burning up! I'll drink your my life ends.
it's another case where if you have the response to the Broodmother, just bully him out of the lane,
Radiant's
which
middle tower is
you know
under
most of the
attack.
time you can't do. When you've got this amount of slows, if you can just blink away, whether it be through a Riki or a PA, you're gonna have a just fine time.
Death
And
with honor! Huh, that's
Ooh,
finishing.
he is
middle
rushing into
tower
a
is under
Desolator,
attack.
just wanting to rely entirely on that Empower, not doubling up
Dire's
on the
bottom
cleave like we
tower
see a
is
lot of them
under
do.
attack.
Oh, bounty!
Just keen
Radiant's
to
top
continue
tower
getting
is under
super
attack.
active. I mean, you saw the
Radiant's
Blink Dagger already now
structures are
completed by
fortified.
Yopaj.
Dire's bottom
15
tower
seconds
is
or so,
under
he's
attack.
going to have that that RP available again. See what he's going to be able to do with it. Top lane, though, they're realizing they've probably made a note of the timings that the RP
Radiant's
has for
top tower
cooldown, so they're
is
trying to
under
try and
attack.
take an objective, at least one, before that happens.
Dire's structures are fortified. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant are scanning. Radiant's top tower has fallen.
They found Natsumi. This could be a bit of a bait,
Back to
though.
the ball! With the tide.
What did you
My last legs!
Versus here.
What a lovely brood.
Look at Yopaj's positioning, just sitting behind the little crystal here. Eventually blinks away. Could have gone for another cheeky type of play with that shockwave at level 3. Good amount of burst damage. Can they take
Radiant's
another
bottom
tower where you
tower
can just
is
see they're
under
trying to get
attack.
as active as possible whenever they know that RP is on cooldown. That's the downside of going this, early rush. You got it at the 9-minute mark on Yopaj, but it's a lot of farm being used. At least he can use it for some maneuverability now, right? Going between camps to pick up a little bit more
Radiant's
farm.
bottom
Act kind of
tower
like
is
a bit of
under
an
attack.
anti-mage.
Radiant structures are fortified. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Channeling up. Oh, land.
Dire's top tower is fallen.
No more TPs.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I can't see your breath anymore.
A little bit of a worry. It would have been a different story if he had that armlet completed just yet, but because of how these other lanes have gone, actually forcing out the kisses, that's a really early use.
Radiant
I don't know.
structures are fortified. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yoink!
Old and sweet.
12-minute Deso. You love to see it. And they have
Dire's
RP
middle
available now
tower
as
is
well.
under
So he's going to
attack.
use the blur to finish up this farm on the Ancient stack. Might get him close to that Ogre Axe or help. Like you've gone
Radiant's
all in
middle
onto the
tower
damage.
is under attack.
May as well just fully commit
Dire's
with that
middle
Mithril
tower
Hammer.
is under attack.
It's not too much. Like even the Conquer, beefy as he is, isn't going to be able to deal with that much coming into him this early on. A little low on mana though. That's the one thing I'd be worried about on Obi Neon right now.
How many daggers am I holding up?
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah. consistently just using that RP off cooldown again. You know, you've seen it now with his Magnus. He's done it with the Dragon Knight as well. Not when you waste any time when he could be putting pressure on the map. Oh yeah.
Vanish!
They're trying to go again. They might find Mizu here. No, it hit a spider. So a little unfortunate. They were a little preemptive, perhaps, considering PA was there, ready to connect. But still going to be just fine. He gets the Empower up. He's just going to go back onto the jungle. Missed opportunity. It's like, it's so hard to hit that arrow into a Brood Mother, though. You know, he's always going to have his spiders farming around him. You can see how scary it is. All of this early team fight prowess that Neon have, that they're forced to use the X mark just to be able to clear out the wave from relative safety.
Dire are scanning.
Okay. Don't
8
hate it.
volts and full ahead.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
He's gonna...
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Oh, Natsumi, he's in trouble.
Safe harbor, eh?
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Oh. They're picking Roche. Alright, play hard. What can you do? 5 seconds left on that Sacred Arrow. Yopaj as well. He's got the pick up now. He wouldn't get out, would he?
Dash on the rocks.
In your dreams got Roche, though.
Roshan has fallen to the Dire.
Yeah, and it also expends the RP away from Neon. So they're again in a position where they could look to try and get aggressive. Wonder if, no, still going to commit into the SNY. There was a brief moment where Natsumi was thinking BKB's second item. It's not amazing against this Galaxy Racer lineup, right? It's annoying, of course, being caught out by things like the Bushwhack, but I feel like the
Dire's middle tower
SNY is just going to
under
provide
attack.
you with so much more. More farming capabilities, more attack speed, more movement. Even the status resist is going to be nice when you do eventually get caught out.
Shadows, take us.
Zoo.
That went well, I think. What's wrong?
Protection just yet either.
Dire's middle tower has been denied.
So again, just hanging around, waiting for the Empower to be given over to himself. The one hero that's having a really nice time is In Your Dream on Galaxy Racer. Top of the net worth, like we were saying before, he's got the Aegis. Feels like a bit of a farming Aegis. May try and make some stuff happen towards the tail end of it, considering he's closing in on that BKB for himself. But the thing is, if they try and go before he gets that BKB, have a look at what they're itemizing into on the Centaur and the Mirana. Mirana makes sense to go into the Yules, but even the Centaur, they're realizing that he's the only one having a decent game. So let's take it away from him. So yeah, of course, with that Yule Scepter, it doesn't take into account status resistance. So as soon as In Your Dream pops the Enrage, if he's not in a BKB, they're just going to pop him up into the air, make sure it's effectively worthless. And they're going to have 2 of them. So that's going to be enough time to make it Enrage entirely just not effective.
Sweet.
Oof. Found out here. No, he's just going to still continue to farm. That is the Yules finished on Play Hard, and it's pretty damn close as well on the Centaur, only about 450 gold away. You can see here, Play Hard even helping him out a little bit. Use the Starstorm to burst down the wave a little bit. Here in a freezing field again, just taking more farm. Let's go, Zhao.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Dire's structures are fortified.
Defense. Still a little bit away there on the Centaur. The Ancient Stack is there. I wonder if that's where CTM wants to go and try and farm, but no.
Radiant's
Spoke
bottom
up
tower
before
is under
it's
attack.
actually completed.
Radiant's bottom tower
Well,
has
unfortunate, they
fallen.
lose the tier 2 tower. 45 seconds left on this Aegis timer.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Double up here.
Your death is silent.
Yeah, as they were waiting for the Yules to come down as well, Play Hard was just dancing on his grave a little bit there with the taunt. Did end up getting the outpost. They got a tiny bit of experience, but nowhere near as much as 4 kills will net you. And, well, they were just a little bit too slow with some of that farm through for In Your Dream. So Aegis expired. He wasn't in a position to go down with it. And didn't have the BKB either. So he's going to start taking away some of this farm on the Radiant side of the map. They've got complete vision that this is happening. So they're feeling confident, or they might be feeling confident to go for a kill.
You're a cheater.
They know where they are.
prize is
They're
mine.
drawing the lines. That's a bit of a yikes. So we got a smoke as well. Yep, Zhao's just switched it in. Gonna try and connect up together. And yeah, you say, get the hell back. Listen to me, cause. Here we go.
Radiant are scanning.
See you later, Alacrity. Nicely done. Are they going to try and go in? They can't. Unlucky there. I don't think they landed the stun, like the Centaur stomp onto him somehow. Not sure how, but Arrow did. Not quite enough. Conker very beefy with that Sange. Armlet as well. They're looking to continue going though. You know they're under here. They got vision. Go again. I don't know about that one. Blur is so annoying as a support. You're just constantly worrying for your life. You often think, okay, I'm just going to buy up a Ghost Scepter and I'll be just fine, or a Glimmer Cape, but the Fade time oftentimes isn't enough. Oh yeah, I love it. Well, by the time I pick it up as a support, he's oftentimes got like a basher or something like that, and it's just a first hit bash from the Stifling Dagger, so even with my crippling arthritis in my weak hands, it, not enough. Hold the stun! He's not gonna get away, is he? Wow. They're out. Still though, gank dodged. I think there was a little bit of luck there with CTM using the stomp at literally the perfect time to lock down the Ursa as he made that blink in.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
A bounty which my matriarch will prize.
Clear sailing now.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's flame has been killed.
Assassination at its finest.
It's just joking there on the sidelines, tossing out the boomerang like, here, this will help. It's basically like throwing a stick at them at this point. Oh no, the bash.
Thanks.
Nature's way.
Japoy is my idol.
Just what are you hiding, Rashawn?
What if he gets this one? The shard. You know what? Give it to CM. I want to see that moving freezing field Jiao. Hello? Oh, Jiao's got it.
Gold and sweet.
No, not the horn toss. It's good. It's just, there's most of the time a better hero that can have it.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Against the Ursa. No. Against the Ursa it's nice, but it doesn't feel like they're at the stage just yet where they're like, okay, I want to just man fight you. Maybe once he gets the Satanic it's going to be a nice little bonus, but not quite there.
Unseen, but not unskewered.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
With the siege
Dire's
creep.
structures are fortified. Radiant structures are fortified.
I like that as well, with the, just horn toss nothing. Yes, he did.
Radiant's
That's me
bottom
making sure to
tower
stand
is
there.
under attack.
Oh, look at that. They found someone.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
This'll come in handy.
I think they could have just continued to commit. You know, you have no more save now with those two things gone. You didn't use any abilities or cooldown or BKB cooldowns on your side. In your dream will be a nice catch, but they're under vision. There we go.
What would your mother say?
Dire's middle tower is under
CTM would play
attack.
hard, just playing together. realizing that, okay, well, you're not in a position right now to be able to try and stop us from taking all of your outer towers. We'll take another tier 2, thank you very much.
Dire's middle tower
And they're just
has
going to continue pressing on forward. They've got the boat now back available, but they don't have 2 teammates. Actually, they're just going to go straight through to top, now the back door's gone.
fallen. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower has fallen.
That back door's going to kick back in soon, though. Nail him.
Dire's top barracks are under attack. Dire's top barracks has fallen.
Strike renewed.
Small misplay.
Step lively now. Your admiral is on board.
It's fine. The lane's going to passively push in. You've used the Aegis. It still had about a minute and a half, 2 minutes left on it, but you're fine with that. Probably the only thing you're a little salty about is the fact that that BKB now has 1 less second on it. But still, things are looking good. Probably not. I mean, it's 20k, and particularly this Broodmother, you know, the scaling has stopped. He's got no items. He's got a Ghost Scepter he had to buy back previously. He died back. He's going into an E-Blade, which, I mean, it's not going to be used for any aggressive kill attempts. I mean, it's basically just your spawn Spiderlings that's going to be, you know, comboed together with it. You've got BKBs now on all of the cores. No, only the Centaur doesn't, but you don't really care about a Centaur right-clicking you. So I just feel like this Brood's effectiveness is basically nothing.
Run into it.
It's the life of a support against a PA, unfortunately.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Alacrity's here. Someone better. The zoo would have been nice. Oh, what? He blinked into it.
Allies
The bash.
Radiant's courier has been killed. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Yes.
Dire's bottom tower is
Jaboy
under
is my
attack.
idol. Jaboy is my idol.
Dire's
You
bottom
didn't have
tower
faith in play hard. I knew it. He would be able to do it at all stages. And I mean, he popped off. He did absolutely everything. He was everywhere, sacrificing his own net worth as well to make sure that all of these kills were being fed into the other cores, made their lane easier. I felt like the PA and the CM could have done, you know, a lot against the Broodmother in the lane, but not.
Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
Puck!
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
Dragon Knight.
Now, against a puck, it's a little harder, but the Morana's available.
10 seconds
So,
remaining. Dire team
you've got the points done.
Double shaman.
Ooh, okay. Lion's gone. So, let's go the Shadow Shaman. I don't hate it. You got a lot of tower pressure already with 2 heroes only. It is very cooldown reliant though, so let's see if Galaxy Racer are going to be able to abuse that. Maybe pick a much lower overall cooldown lineup for them. The Dream Coil, even though it is an ultimate, still has quite low cooldown available to it.
Dire team ban.
And I don't mind the Phoenix either, because, with this Shadow Shaman, you kind of feel like it has to be a position 4. It just feels like it needs a bit too much farm to fit as a 5. But the downside is you're not going to have a lot of this map movement coming through. So, and as well, no ways to really deal with the Phoenix egg now, as well, from Galaxy Racer. So my thing is, what are they going to pick as a 5 for Neon? Are they going to pick something that's able to start fights? Like, is it going to be a 5 Clockwork? Is it going to be a Spirit Breaker coming through? Just something that's A, able to get that initial lockdown, or B, can look to try and deal with the Phoenix, make sure that he needs to be on point with his Supernova and Sunray positionings. I want to see the Clockwork come through from Neon. Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's the C way, and it was Neon that, I don't want to say they pioneered it, because it's been that way for what feels like about 8 years now, but in more recent times, I can't think of a more aggressive team. Maybe Boom, in like their prime, were about that, but Neon, they're right up there as well. Just trying to see what's being banned out at the moment. Some of these high cooldown abilities, particularly the Faceless Void, which leads me to believe that, well, obviously it's a great combination together with the Phoenix. You could still do damage as the Puck, but more importantly, it's going to be able to secure a bunch of different melee heroes, and Shadow Shaman doesn't have the biggest range either, so he's oftentimes there to be able to get caught out. That's why the Ursa's removed from the pool as well. What are they going to follow this up with? I still think they need some kind of protection, this Shadow Shaman. You can't let the Galaxy Racer lineup just walk up into you. Should go the Snapfire instead, so they're just wanting to fight team fight with team fight. Something needs to go first. That's my big concern for Neon. Although, they could just sit back, right? They could just, every single time that they've got Mass Serpent Wards and Elder Dragon form, pop it down in front of a tower, take the tower, go back, play defensively around high ground, get some good vision up, and then do it again in about 2 minutes' time. And then try and just take the map away slowly and slowly against Galaxy Racer. Ooh, I want to see a Phantom Lancer come out, actually, from Galaxy Racer right now. It's great against Shadow Shaman. Not amazing against Snapfire because of that little neat trick that we saw with the Ag Shard, but DK doesn't have much mana. Going to be able to do a lot of magic damage to the DK, so basically just make him a walking melee creep. Or Dragon, if he's in his form, but no spell abilities. And same thing with the Shadow Shaman, you know, it's hard to lock him down. It's not like a Lion where you can mana drain on low cooldown to be able to break out some of these PL illusions. I want to see it. Mm-hmm.
Radiant team pick.
Clockwork!
Dire team pick.
Wraith King!
Nope, and you want that early diffuser blade as well, which is going to be good. Still, just going all in onto the team fight, huh? How do I feel about that? I mean, it reveals that it's a 5 Phoenix as well with this, because you need to be playing the Clockwork with the Darkseer, it feels. Puck's not quite as good as the likes of, you know, an Ember Spirit to pair together the Iron Shell onto. And I wonder if this even is a game where, like, I'm just going to keep assuming that it's going to be a PL. You don't want to have that on him either, so maybe it's not even an Ags game on this Darkseer. It's really good, but not, like, amazing on any of these heroes that you're going to be giving it through to.
Yeah. 10 seconds remaining.
I don't hate it. Don't hate it at all.
5 seconds
and again,
remaining.
he is one that wants to have that Iron Shell onto him, and you're giving him movement through from the... Yeah, look at that. They're just making sure that it's nothing that's going to super punish him in lane. Centaur's always going to be annoying. Viper even more so. But yeah, I feel like you're right. I feel like this is going to be the spin.
Ten seconds remaining.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
5 seconds remaining.
Later on. They got a lot of time, you know, all this reserve time for Neon to be able to consider this. 2 minutes. So they're like, alright, why did they go ahead and get rid of that? They're gonna go the Slug. Would have been alright, but...
Ten seconds remaining. Pick.
Alright, yeah. It's not bad. Allows you to get right in onto the backlines, particularly the Shadow Shaman, right? That just wants to be standing there channeling, but I kind of feel like you've already got the Clockwork to do that. You know, he's going to be able to snipe out the Mortimer's Kisses, he's going to be able to stop Shackles from being used from the Shadow Shaman. And now, what are they going to be used to put into this Spectre? Like, what offlaners are actually going to have a decent time against it? Yep, that is the one. I don't know how I didn't think of it. I think we saw it once and it was one that I remember it was level 5 and it didn't have Ghost Shroud and it sucked for some reason. You just couldn't rotate to another lane to deal with one that was going really poorly. But I love the pick. You know, it's going to be great against this Spectre as the lane goes later on. A little annoying against the Phoenix and the Puck. You know, that Ghost Shroud's not going to be able to save you. Might even get you killed, to be honest. Depending on how Alacri likes to build this, he might go into something like a Dagon. You never know. I think he is. A lot of them were removed from the pool, right? I think Mars, Sand King, Centaur were all gone. Dragon Knight have already been picked for themselves. Kunkka, that's about it. Right. Not sure you want to be playing a Kunkka into the Spectre. I think Necro's just fine.
Prepare for battle.
Alright. I think, again, these two teams are really even. I don't think this is a major draft victory for either side. I mean, maybe slightly towards Neon, just because of the late game impacts that you're going to have from the Necrophos, as well as a decent laning stage of Yopaj into the Puck. So I think for Galaxy Racer to have a chance, they're going to need to take some really good team fights. And again, it feels a little bit like it's on the position 4. Is Paulson going to be able to catch out the Mortimer's Kisses? Is he going to be able to stop some key shackles? Well, Neon as well, going to be able to catch this Puck. So it's a game of the pos 4s one more time. I'm going to go with Neon.
30 seconds to battle. The battle begins.
Oh, you'll have the Sunray at least, you know? That's the thing. Like, it feels like Clockwork needs to go bonkers early game. Darkseer probably isn't going to do all that much, to be honest. And then Puck's just about control as opposed to pure damage. It's all going to be on the Spectre and the Phoenix if they're looking to win any sort of late game team fights here for Galaxy Racer.
You shall not.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Behold! Puck out!
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
A little bit curious, I think that right click that Playhard just put in onto Yokem was the first time that he'd actually done it in the lane so far, and that's what he's scared about. He's scared about getting daggered, not a huge amount of movement speed early on from this Shadow Shaman. Now that it's been used though, and the Fiery Spirits are on cooldown, he can look to make a few more aggressive plays. Look at the difference in the right click damage, like nearly a 20 attack damage advantage that this Shadow Shaman has against the Phoenix. It is, of course, countered by his small attack range, but still, you can get in range without too much turnaround threat or something that you need to be concerned about. I don't know if he'll be able to get to this camp in time, actually, and actually being bullied away a little bit by Jazz is going to be a man fight.
First blood.
doesn't block the camp either, so Jokam's going to be able to pull it. It's a strong camp as well. Those ghost creeps. Nicely done for Galaxy Racer. I think it's fine just because you need it. You need that early game aggression to be able to take away some of the ganking potential that this Snapfire is going to have. You need to make sure that Natsumi's not going to snowball like he's been prone to do. It's always going to be scary though, going up against, like, it's another stun into stun lane, right? Not quite as easy as the AA combination, but pretty deadly. So, play hard. Not yet backing up his very strong Game 1 performance. Needing to put a little bit more harass on into the lane. He's still, well, okay, he's just hit up into his level 2, so things might have gone a bit differently if he was able to, you know, have that extra level counter into Joachim a little bit, you know, get him hexed for a second. It's been used now by Joachim, and again, another nice pull being put off. So you're just constantly trying to make space for In Your Dream to farm safely, but it's this annoying Necro into the Spectre matchup that you're just trying to dodge as much as you can. Hell, it even might end up giving more farm over to CTM as they snipe out some of these small camps.
Howdy.
Nay.
He is, and I mean, you had that time around the level 4 onto the Darkseer, so he was forced to put the vacuum in previously. He just leveled up the Surge. You have level 3 on Polison, so they have that extra little bit of damage, you know, more than doubling the effect of the Battery Assault once you are level 3. So nicely done, respecting their own timings and immediately looking to make something happen with them. And they're just giving so much experience over to this Necro. I like it. Realizing that you don't have much in the form of a win condition. We've seen, even if you can have the best puck game of all time, it's not enough to win the game, especially against something like a Wraith King. I think the Spectre's totally fine against it, right? Like, it's maybe at level 25 it starts to swing a bit more in the Wraith King's favor once you get the Mortal Strike having a 2-second cooldown instead of 4, but and it's certainly a scary prospect throughout the mid-game. Severely lessened because of having Necro.
That's what's needed.
Even Yopaj, a bit low.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Four kills early on, but
Radiant
net worth, it's still going the way of the Neon cores. You know, leading the way is CTM. Might look to make a rotation up here. They use the Elder Dragon form, which is unfortunate. They're not going to have that tower taking potential towards that top side of the map, but Reaper Scythe available, Siege Creepers here. Gonna need to make something defensive happen.
Radiant are
Dude,
scanning.
Paulson makes his TP rotation up. They could get a kill onto this Necro. That'd be huge. Don't know how they're gonna do it, but it'd be nice. Yeah, and the infused raindrops as well, making sure he's able to survive through the burst coming through from that ether shock.
Dire are scanning.
Yeah, with the Spectre, it's always going to be a much stronger presence, right? You just pop it onto him, he gets that extra HP doing so much for a Spectre just because of the damage you're able to dish back out with a Dispersion, and, of course, just being next to someone. Really impactful for being able to quickly take out the supports on Neon's side. I'm seeing a low HP Zhao. He goes down again, Alacrity having a nice early game.
Is under attack.
He got a lot out of this lane against the Dragon Knight as well. Mizu.
Consider yourself lost. Double damage.
They even use the TP on the Darkseer as well, so he's going to need to surge his way back out to the lane as quickly as possible. Not going for the Haunt level up just yet on In Your Dream. Just realizing, look, we want to finish up maybe just the boots.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
You fought with honor.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
They almost play hard standing that he could get that off. They've got an Observer Ward right there.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I mean, that probably shouldn't have happened, but, well, they'll take it on Neon for sure.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Maybe not the exact amount, but, you know, you might be glancing at your XP and you're like, Heart Crit normally gives more than this.
Dire's top
You know, they might know in that way, but I wouldn't be like, you know, pushing up my glass and say, oh, that normally gives 50 experience and I only got 25. Yeah.
How's it going?
Dire's top tower is under attack.
He doesn't have mana.
And it's off. You can come back.
Dire's
I'll kill
top
you
tower
again.
is falling.
My armor rusts.
This'll sap some of their starch.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Poor
attack.
play coming through from him. Kind of surprising as well. You know, they want to protect their tier 1 tower, of course. That is another big weakness that Galaxy Racer have. Their tower taking potential is really minimal right now, which means they got to try and check what's happening down towards this bottom side. Siege Creep, In Your Dream, just freely hitting the tower, and you can see immediately CTM responds to it. Yeah. Very difficult.
Players here.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Hey, Nia.
And it's off.
Technically, these all belong to me.
I feel like one point in the Ghost route is such value, right? Like, the Heartstopper, it's annoying, sure, but how effective really is percentage damage this early on? I'd say quite minimal, and it's only 1 extra mana regen and health regen per level that you get from killing a creep. So I'd say it's a mistake that he doesn't have at least 1 point in it just yet.
Behold, I'm out.
Radiant's middle tower is
Other
under
than
attack.
Alacrity, yeah.
What surge is this?
And I like that Galaxy Racer went for that play as well, because you saw around the mid lane, right? They just were forced to
Radiant are
use the
scanning.
TPs to try and defend. Didn't work out, but the TPs were used. And with the low cooldowns available, they saw that, well, Natsumi's TP'd back to the top side, he's farming away, he cannot join this fight. Probably didn't want to either.
You're no peer of the seer.
Can they take a tier 1 tower with this? They're going to need to be quick. Only 20 seconds left on the death timers now. You can see CTM, he's happy to just
Dire's
continue
top
farming it
tower
up.
is under attack.
Again, the downside, they can't take objectives really easily. Probably the best thing that they can hope for is getting that wall of replica, trying to get a DK illusion into it, but hasn't happened just yet. Yeah. Yeah, possibly. I mean, what's puck
Radiant's
building as well?
bottom
He's going
tower
into a
is under attack.
Lincoln, so I suppose, yeah, just for that initial lockdown. But I was thinking, like, is this going to be one of those weird games where it's like a Desolator puck? Probably not. So yeah, Meteor Hammer could be nice.
Do it with flair.
Thing is, the later the game goes, you're normally happy as a Spectre, but not against a
Radiant's bottom
Necro.
tower has fallen.
That Heartstopper, that Reaper's Scythe, always going to be great against you. Now the hook shot. They've got the Ghost Shroud this time.
Call me around. My mechanism bites me. You get yours.
Behold.
It
Dire's
was.
bottom tower
A prize.
is under attack.
They didn't land the silence from the Waning Rift. That's the difference there. So he was able to just get on out, make sure he used the Ghost Shroud. He got really damn close to dying. I think he was only on about 100 HP or so. But still, just so quickly regen yourself with the wand charges, with the Death Pulse, and he was back to being perfectly healthy. And even CTM himself, he's got a full pipe available for himself. So realizing that a lot of the damage coming out right now is magical. That's why they haven't been able to take more than just the one tower on the bot side of the map. And so not only is he going to have that extra level of survivability, so is the rest of his team. Might go into the Lotus Orb himself next, to be honest, just to get out of that silence. I feel like if you're not silenced, you're going to be totally happy. And they have, what, one stun right now in the hookshot on Galaxy Racer. So I think that is the perfect item for CTM to be going. Let's go on Greaves, just as good. Yep. Frees up an item slot as well, eventually, which is always helpful. After that, honestly, I would go Ags on this Necro, just for the extra a little bit of reduced cooldown on the Ghost Shroud. Also, I believe it doubles the Heartstopper aura damage when it's active, which is pretty huge. And then you consider as well, if the game goes super late, you're going to be level 25. So, you know, you add on that base damage and then you double it, which is kind of crazy.
And smash the stone.
Yep, you'll probably have a cooldown reduction item at that point as well, whether it be the Quickening Charm or Spell Prism.
Bombing in.
Dire are
Can't play
scanning.
hard. Big back!
Denied. That, my friends, is why metal will never die.
Good thing I already lost my skin.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
What a combo. Divide and conquer as well. They made sure there was just so much chaos happening in the Metal Lab team fight, right? So you could just kite the Wraith King away from the rest of the team, slowly take down the squishier supports, even get the buyback out of Zhao. And they're looking in a much stronger position right now if they can keep making those sorts of plays happen.
Illusion!
Coin for me.
Mm-hmm.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Jackpot.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
That's the sort of fight where, when he does eventually pick it up, the Greaves is going to be super helpful. It felt like Neon's heroes were low for quite a big amount of time, so being able to get out of that silence, cast the Death Pulse a couple of times in the team fights, but more importantly, even just when you're low HP, just having that extra little bonus that the Guardian Greaves gives. I believe it's like 16 HP regen and a few extra armor as well.
Radiant are scanning.
And he didn't even, they just popped the Elder Dragon form to try and get a kill onto the
Radiant's
Phoenix.
top tower
Didn't
is
work
under
out.
attack.
So, Yorkam was able to survive, move himself away. And, that's a big timing use now on Neon's side, and they might look to group up again. It's going to be around the similar sort of time that In Your Dream is going to have his Haunt available, provided he's mana. Look to go all the way back to base just to make sure it happens. Yep, even TP's there as this quick rotation comes through from the rest of them.
A lot of
Did you
you.
mean to, Emily?
Now you've done it.
No Greaves.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's courier has been killed. Radiant's courier has been killed.
And just everything is coming off perfectly. You know, abusing the small mistakes that Neon are making in terms of going for kills, not achieving them. Feels like Play Hard.
Radiant's
Shadow
top
Shaman's not
tower
doing all
is
that
under
much.
attack.
You know, having the ability to stand on the
Dire's
back
middle
lines
tower
as a
is
lion
under attack.
and go for a multi-man stun. It's very different from just being having to go in super deep like he has been so far. And I don't think we've seen him as Serpent
Radiant's
Wards
top
used
tower
aggressively
has
to
fallen.
try and take a tower either. It's all been defensively, trying to at least minimize the impact of a gank coming through from Galaxy Racer. I think mid, maybe, it was used, but other than that, nothing.
scanning.
Invisibility.
Oh, very nice, and even baits a bit of a blink forward. I don't think you want to fight yet on Galaxy Racer. You are so close to picking up the Ags on Mizu. You don't have the Horn, you don't have the mana on In Your Dream, who, by the way, getting close to picking up a Diffusal Blade, which is going to be super nice against this Wraith King. Hell, you can get that Necro down to having low HP and low mana. Going to be real nice. They're even farming with this Elder Dragon form as well. So this is a big window. In about 30 seconds time, they're going to start to just hit the go button on Galaxy Racer. I don't think they're going to be able to at all. You know, it's going to need to be a similar level of teamfight execution that's needed if they're going to try and take any sort of win out of this one. And, I mean, you know, the Wraith King might be able to have the BKB, might be able to be level 18, but as soon as that BKB is gone, they're just going to focus all the attention towards him with that Diffusal Blade and take him out.
Radiant are scanning.
Holy lock, it's close. Which would be nice.
I'm out.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Oh no.
Coin for me.
And Roche is up.
Haste.
Play hard. In an unfortunate position again. I think they just caught the edge of him.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
What a hook.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Good retreat.
Rock it on.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
He is, and it's going to cost them the tier 1 tower mid, but Shadow Shaman coming back up. BKB picked up as well for Natsumi. You can see as soon as he gets it, just makes a beeline towards the rest of his team. They're not going to have... Well, actually, they do have a decent amount of duration left on that Elder Dragon form.
Radiant's top
It's just
tower
who can
is
they
under
find?
attack.
Oh no. Oh, another one!
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Behold! Stay!
Something.
And it's off.
Gather round.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And it's just crazy for me that they're able to do this without a Blink Dagger on this Darkseer. He's just in amazing positions, using the Surge to get in position just in time to be able to get... That was a 4-man back wall again. Like, not even dropping the wall, actually. Back cogs. Let's just call it that.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Behold!
Clear's here.
It's the Phoenix. It's the Phoenix. Like, they need to somehow get it onto the backlines. It's been a couple of, it has to be said, lucky times where, you know, you've been caught out in the river a little bit. You had a lucky
Radiant's
ward
top
up that
tower
was
is
outside
under
the front of
attack.
Roche that, you know, did give you a good amount of vision, but if they can get rid of that Phoenix, and if he doesn't have buyback, more importantly, then that's a huge amount of your damage taken away, because a lot of this is relying on you just being caught in one space, not able to run away. You know, Vacuum, Dream Coil, Cogs allows that Sunray to do so much. But if you don't have the Sunray, then maybe, just maybe, the regen coming through from the likes of the Dragon Knight, from the Necrophos, is going to be able to
Radiant's
withstand
top
the
tower
rest of the
is under
damage.
attack.
Small reward.
Radiant are scanning.
Sure, gives them some tower push. Although, kind of sucks that crit doesn't work against towers.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I'm just going to need Joachim to pick up a neutralizer. It is 28 minutes and he doesn't have one. And I didn't want to call it out about 10 minutes ago. Did he just hear me and pick it up? Nope, it's one of his teammates.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
There we go, they're just continuing
Radiant's
to move on
bottom
forward.
tower is under attack.
Ion Shell with the Ags. Makes Spectre that much tankier. Recently purchased Ultimate Orb. They've got 3 minutes left on this Aegis timing. Or even go on the Elven Tunic as well, huh? A little bit of extra evasion, attack speed. Allow them to take down some of these towers a bit quicker. And are they just going to continue staying together on Galaxy Racer and let In Your Dream play his lone hand towards this top side? You know, keep multiple lanes pushing in, keep the threat there. Just see these cutting waves, realizing, look, I'm a Fiend, I'm a Spectre, I've got Horn. I like this from Neon. If they can get in onto it really quickly, he's so fast though. Oh, that's the way to beat a Spectre. You isolate him from the rest of his team when he's being greedy like this, because, you know, you can get to the rest of your team. It takes a lot longer for your team to get to you.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah. Well, even then, like he
Radiant's top
feels like he's
tower
lacking a
is
bit of
under
damage. I
attack.
want to say it's on CTM, and it's up to just the team in general not to get caught in these multi-man vacuum
Radiant's top
comps.
tower has fallen.
Close to the 4-staff, at least, is the Snapfire. It's going to help, but they're always just feeling a little bit wary. Even just using the Diffusal Blade onto CTM. Oh. I'm liking the Nether Shawl on the Necro as well. As in with the even more survivability. The extra bonus damage as well for whoever they're able to find out. It's not going to be the Puck. He has the Lincoln Sphere. Anything else big being built up by Galaxy Racer. I would have to say probably the Lotus Orb next for the Dark Series. Already got those Arcane Boots. Makes sense just to disassemble them. Make maximum use out of your... he's got a BKB, huh? I don't know. I feel like a Blink or a Lotus Orb might have been a bit different, but... Really, with how he's been able to get off these multiple Vacs, as long as he's able to continuously walk around without being stunned, he feels pretty safe. So tanky.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Still great.
Not rise in my presence.
trying to at least get the tier 3 tower. The last right click from the siege creep will do it.
Fallen.
So no naked racks now. But how are Neon going to respond to this? They've got about a quarter duration left
Radiant
on the Elder
are
Dragon
scanning.
form. They're sticking together though. This feels like a little bit of a fake back coming through from Galaxy Racer, and they've even got the haste on Mizu. He can get back in this fight.
Dire victory.
It was incredible. Like, I still am going to go down on record and say that was a winning draft from Neon, but some amazing team fights coming through. Perfect synergy with all of their ultimates.